Hi, this is Jennifer Mitster for SavannahNow.com, and in this edition of Local Music Mail, we're talking to RJD2 at Livewire. All right, well, RJ, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I appreciate it. Tell me how you got started in DJing.
I was going to a vocational music school in high school.
Yeah.
I had an arts program, and I was in a music school. And yeah, it was great. It was kind of like a arts impacts kind of thing.
Yeah.
And during that period, I had a friend that he was a rapper, and he was also kind of DJing at the time. And, he was selling his whole DJ rig, and I was a big record collector, and I had always been a fan of rap music, but not really, never got involved or went out to shows or anything. So I bought his rig, and at the same time I was kind of getting interested in it. I had a couple other friends that were sort of part of that scene, and so I started going out to those shows and stuff, and kind of MC and DJ battles and stuff, and mic nights and stuff.
Oh, how cool.
And in the mid-90s, it was a really exciting time.
I wanted to ask RJD2, tell us about that and how you came up with that for your...
My name is RJ, and actually the same kid who sold me the turntables and the records and stuff, he used to call me RJD2 just as a joke, obviously, RJD2. And it just stuck. It was the only thing that anybody ever called me, and I never really cared that much about those kind of things. So in 1998, I was in this rap group called the Megahertz, and the first record that we put out, I had to, have some name, and so it was the only thing anybody ever called me. So it was,
that's cool.
Went with it.
Yeah, well, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so
Yeah,
catches on. So cool. Well, let's talk about Colossus. That's your latest album. Actually, comes out this month.
Yes, next week.
Yeah.
A week from today.
Yeah, very cool. And it's a little different. The last one was all solo, and this one it sounds like you've maybe gone back to your roots a little bit. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's a kind of an overview of what I've done in the past 10 years. That group, the Megahertz, is where I kind of got my entry into public records or official releases or whatever. And so I was just a DJ producer in a rap group, and I went from doing that to doing. Later got a chance to do a solo album that was largely instrumental and sample based, but there was a lot of vocal samples on it stuff. And after that, went on to start incorporating live elements and singing, and I ended up working with a lot of other MCs, but also other instrumentalists and blah 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 blah. So I've kind of done a number of different styles of production over the last 10 years. So looking back, I decided that I felt like it would be a kind of natural progression to do a record that was kind of a sampling of all these sort of things, so touching on all of them.
Very cool. Tell me a little bit about your future. Where do you hope to see the career going?
I'm not too big of a person of looking way far into the, I kind of just take it one day at a time, and it's like even 3 years ago, I mean certainly not 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 years ago I had any interest in running a record label. And even 3 years ago I'd say that was probably the case, but a lot of things change in the music industry, things change in your life. And so I think that really is the most sensible way to... The long-term goals are great, but at the same time, if you're not responding to your immediate criteria, that's a foolish way to go about life.
Very cool. Just kind of the path that developed for you.
Yeah. I'm a big proponent of just kind of, keep your eyes and ears open and try to make smart decisions, and things usually work out.
Cool. Great advice probably for young guys out there too.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing that I could, with clear conscience advise.
Cool. Well, RJ, thank you so much for
Thank
talking
you.
to us. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And before we go, you want to mention any websites where people can look for Colossus, anything like that?
Sure. It'll be on all of the standard digital retailers, so iTunes, Amazon, so on and so forth. My website is rjselectricalconnections.com. Also, MySpace /RJD2.